Happy New Year and welcome to Union Wise, a podcast about labor. I'm your host, Jacob Horvatic. In 2026 will be a packed year for UAW. We have our triennial elections this spring, our constitutional convention this summer, and as a nation we'll have our midterm elections in the fall. Starting soon, locals, including our own Local 249, will have elections for the Election Committee. I have had the honor to serve on this committee for the past 3 years. Serving on the committee enabled me to learn about the inner workings of our union in a way that I don't think would be possible otherwise. I strongly recommend for anyone who wants to engage more deeply within our union to consider running for the Election Committee. Serving a term on the Election Committee will teach you about federal and state election laws, the UAW Constitution, and our own local's bylaws. This knowledge will help you develop into an effective union leader. Our local will have nominations and elections during the February union meeting. Next, in March, we will have nominations for the triennial elections. Every 3 years, every local holds elections for every elected position within the union, from president and bargaining chair down to alternate committee persons. At the March Union meeting, nominations will be made for all district committee persons, bargainers, and the entire executive board. Campaigning will begin soon after, and voting will take place in late May or early June. Exact dates will be decided in upcoming union meetings, and I will share them in a future episode. It's important that you get involved in this process. At the very least, get over to the hall and vote, and get other members along your line and in your department to cast their votes as well. Your district committee person and their alternate had the most direct impact on your daily working life out of any union official. Let me ask you, when you have an issue with management, do you feel represented by your committee person? If not, is there a fighter in your area who you might nominate? Maybe that person is even you. Our contract will be up for negotiation in May 2028. Whoever's elected to the bargaining committee this spring will be the ones negotiating for our local contract. If you feel bargaining has failed to stand up to the company, will you organize around candidates who speak out and fight back? The local's executive board sets the tone for our local's activities in many ways. Do you feel our local has grown more active and dynamic over the past few years? If not, who has fresh ideas and a passion for the working class? Find those people and support their candidacies. Looking forward to the summer, we are in a fairly unique situation this year because the UAW Constitutional Convention falls on the same year as the triennials. This only occurs once every 12 years. Every 4 years, our union holds a constitutional convention. This year will be the 39th. Local unions send delegates to the convention where amendments to the UAW Constitution are proposed, discussed, voted upon, and rejected or ratified. The 2022 Constitutional Convention saw several proposals including increasing strike pay, adding organizing committees to the list of standing committees, and adopting the one-member, one-vote direct democracy for electing international executive board members. This last change has fallen under attack from leaders who question the rank-and-file members' ability to choose for themselves. It is my belief that giving people more direct say in their leaders is always a good thing, and one-member, one-vote should remain. If some members of leadership do not like who the rank-and-file choose, it should be those leaders' responsibility to educate the members and plead their case. Regardless of what decision is made on how the next International Executive Board will be elected, the convention will be where nominations are made for the International Executive Board members. Following all of this, in November there will be the midterm elections for state and federal government positions. If you're listening to this podcast, I think you're already aware of this fact, but let me just say it so we're all on the same page. What decisions we make and who we elect as our union leadership matters a lot less when politicians are conspiring to defang the power of labor. Any wins we may gain at the bargaining table can be erased with the stroke of a pen by legislators. This is why organizing around pro-labor candidates and getting out the vote is important. I look forward to diving deeper into these events and other topics here on Union Wise as the year goes on. In addition to covering the elections and the Constitutional Convention, I'd like to be able to use this podcast to discuss topics that interest me and how they intersect with labor unions and the automotive sector. In future episodes, I like to discuss tech and social media and their effects on organizing. Allow me to share a quote from Cory Doctorow's book, The Internet Con. Quote, "If we are to someday triumph over labor exploitation, gender discrimination and violence, colonialism and racism, and snatch a habitable planet from the jaws of extractive capitalism, it'll be thanks to technologically enabled organizing. The fight for a free, fair, and open digital future isn't more important than any of those other fights, but it is foundational. Tech is the terrain on which our future fights will be fought. If we can't seize the means of computation, we'll lose the fights before they are even joined." End quote. In addition to tech, I have a special interest in the environment and sustainability. So much, in fact, that I've gone back to college to earn a degree in economics of sustainability. I look forward to explaining how protecting the environment and empowering working people are two sides of the same coin, and not the either-or choice so many pundits and politicians have made it seem to be. As Brazilian trade unionist environmentalist Chico Mendes put it, environmentalism without class struggle is just gardening. I look forward to a year of learning, sharing, and organizing. I hope we all get a little more union-wise in 2026. Thank you for listening.